Okay, to start with, I've got an A4 sheet of craft card,
Okay.
which I've folded in half to create my card blank. And I've got one of these little panels. This is within the 12 by 12 collection, but you've got a sheet with sort of smaller panels. I rather like this one, so I'm going to use this one. And I've actually trimmed my A4 card down a tad to fit this panel exactly. It's just a bit shorter than A4. And I'm going to do a detail where I'm going to round the corner, just the top right-hand corner. I kind of just like doing one corner sometimes, just to add a bit of interest.
Yeah, it's nice to mix it up a bit, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And I'm doing that to start with because once this is glued down, it just makes it a bit tougher to round corner both pieces of paper together.
Okay.
So I've done it separately just so it's easier to cut. So I'm going to stick this panel down.
Do you know, it's making me feel quite nostalgic already, this. Those little discs that you can see in the corner there, you know, the little film discs.
These,
Yes. I can remember as a child I had a children's version.
Yes.
I can't mention the brand. Yes, and you click the little button and it moves around, isn't it?
It was red.
I'd forgotten all about that until I saw that paper.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so then I do really like this nostalgic element here on this sheet.
So, I'm very sorry, it's gone. The collection is gone, but I'll tell you what.
Oh my gosh!
Normally we'd say we can't demo something that we haven't got, but because we've got the other collection, the smaller one, we're going to let you carry on.
Okay, I'll carry on.
And we've still got the 12 by 12s on their own, so if you just missed out on the full bundle and you want the papers, you do get the chipboards with those, so you can still get that one. Details on the screen. That didn't last long, did it?
No, well, it is beautiful, I must admit. There's so much you can do with this. So I've actually cut this element out because I just love the way Celebrate cluster things together for you as well. So I've sacrificed this sheet. I mean, I'm going to use the rest anyway on a project, but I've just cut that out. And I just want to mention that Celebrate do two sheets where they actually fit together. I don't know if you can see that. Because they do a lot of scrapbooking in South Africa, and they do double page spreads as well.
Do you
so
know,
they
I didn't
made
even
two that
realise
fit.
that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So hunt them down and find if you wanted to do that kind of arrangement.
I like that. That's well thought out, isn't it?
It is, yes, yeah.
As you're putting together, can you tell us a little bit about the background of Celebrate? Who's behind it?
A lady called Erin and her husband Dennis.
Oh.
Yes. So their husband and wife partnership started the business in 2008. And they started off making the chipboard elements, actually.
Really?
Which they call chippies.
Ah.
Yeah. So they started off doing that, and then they went into papers just so they can provide, you know, the whole thing, really, the whole package.
I take it Erin's a crafter then?
Yes, she definitely is.
You can tell when crafters are involved. You can tell that everything is so well thought out. You know the quality is good, and you can see that it's someone that, you know, they think, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it right.
Yeah. Right. Am I allowed to mention the craft?
Do we have that?
Strong. Do we still?
I don't
deal
know.
with
We'll see if we
Strong?
can find out. We will see.
So I'm
if we
using
can
their
find
masking
out.
tape because I just want to just pick out this element here.
Now that stencil is also part of the smaller bundle, which we do still have stock of. Item number 2 on our counter. We did see it. Details you will find on the website, of course. In fact, they're there on the screen. So you're getting the mini pack with the chipboard and stencil. 812186 is the item number.
Okay, so I'm going to extend this design a bit further and use this lovely stencil. So I'm just going in with it with some picket fence. And this is quite unusual, I think, because I'm using, well, I've got a very, very dark background.
Oh, look at that. Do you know, you weren't expecting really to hardly see anything there.
It is really subtle because I'm just adding to the background, but I just really like to add the film strip as well.
I love how you've got that sort of faded end
out,
there.
yeah. It's just, I want it to look a bit sort of distant and dreamy. Yeah. So I'm using this element. It will sit about there, so I kind of want it spraying out. And I'm just going to add another little piece that side as well. I'm going to add a bit more detail to this with another colour. So I'm
Do you know-
actually going to go back in with some black.
So you could even take your fine liner pens into that, couldn't you, and trace through it as well?
This? Yeah, definitely. Definitely you can. So I've put it exactly where it was and then just moving it down and left a tad. Tiny bit, just because I want to give a bit of a ghosting of the white. So I'm adding some black.
Oh, nice. Oh, so that is so effective, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Look at that.
So
I
just
really
move
like
it
that.
a tad.
Do you know, it looks almost as though I could pick that up now.
Yeah, it gives it that sort of a 3D look, doesn't it?
It works very, very well.
So put the white down first and then
Do you
go
know,
in
if you're
with the
going for the
black.
smaller part, I would definitely be going for those 12 by 12s as well.
Yeah, I think they both work really well together.
Absolutely. Now, 20% of the Time mini pack. We're calling it a mini pack, but really it's just the papers that are an A5. So if you are going for the 12 by 12s as well, then of course you've got the best of both worlds. Almost every other element within that mini pack is the same as the bigger bundle that we've now sold out of.
Okay, I'm just adding a really small amount of ground espresso just to warm that black up a little bit, just to warm it through. So I think that's enough.
I love this.
Right, and then we can add this element here, which I want to use with 3D foam tape. And I've got just the stuff here. This is actually Walther Strong as well.
Is it? Right, we didn't find that particular masking tape on the website, but there's plenty of alternatives. We've got smaller ones, which are fine, aren't they? You can just still work with them the same.
I love this long length, it's great. Okay, so I'm going to add this.
We're spoilt as crafters, aren't we, nowadays, don't you think?
Yeah, we've got so many lovely tools to use. Okay, so I'm going to add this sort of about there. And then I've got some extra details as well. I want to show you this sheet because it's just amazing with what you've got on here. And I love the way that you actually get these elements the same, and this is even laid out the same, so you can decoupage up as well. So I've picked out the camera just as it is.
You've even got corners, I've just noticed,
Yeah,
as well for your
photo
photographs.
corners. Yeah, little strips here. I love this bit here as well because you can use that as it is or cut those out. Actually, I have cut them out.
Oh.
I have cut them out. So I've got the camera here as it is, so I'm just going to do a slight sort of decoupage with the camera, and I'm going to add a few bits as well. So I've taken some of the little
If you take a lot of
tickets.
photographs and you make an album with this kit, then it would be wonderful. Also, if you travel a lot, it would be perfect, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yes, it would. So I'm just going to stick these underneath, tuck them underneath. Because I just want to create a sort of more of an impact sort of cluster.
When you're at home and you're looking at the composition of your cards and your layouts, do you lay everything out, take pictures, go away, or did you just go for it and just glue it all down? How do you work?
Oh no, I don't glue it all down. I spent ages positioning it and faffing about with it. Because that's what I really enjoy. It's kind of a bit like flower arranging for me.
Do you do flower arranging as well?
I've done a little bit, but not for a job or anything. I used to really like the dried flowers. There was a phase when the dried flowers were really popular. So I'm just going to tuck different elements.
Yeah, you do see sort of these rustic weddings, don't you, as well, with a lot of dried flowers and wildflowers, which are beautiful in both case.
And I just like that sort of, you know, I like to design, and I'm using all these little elements, so I just enjoy placing them.
Now the chipboard, they've got little pips I can see just to
Yeah,
separate.
these are so easy to just clip out with your craft knife. And I'm taking this lovely big caption out.
Okay. Now the chipboard that Sue's currently using comes with the 12 by 12s and also the mini pack. So if you are going for both, you're going to get two of them. Lots of nice little words in there to separate, isn't there?
They're kind of delicate but strong at the same time.
And I suppose there's lots of ways you could colour them if you wanted to.
Yeah, they take so well to inks and heating bossing, of course, as well. But I do just love them, this natural colour that they are. Because they're laser cut, they've got a sort of slight darker edge.
Yeah.
I'm just being really fussy and just trimming this up nice. Okay, so I want to add this down the side here because I think it really shows up with the dark background as well. So I'm just going to add this, and then I think we're pretty much done.
Oh dear, we blocked
So
up.
I'm just
there we
putting
go.
the glue just on this edge. So I just want to catch it on this edge.
Lovely.
Knocked everything over. So I'm just going to place that just so it catches on the side of the telephone box, and then it'll give that sort of raised look as well. And I think that's enough to hold it there. There, so
Look at that. That is
that's
wonderful.
pretty much done.
That is wonderful. Love it. Absolutely love it. Do you know, and that you've done relatively quickly. Look at all those layers, or it appears like there's tons of layers there, but you know, the way that you've put together, you know, those elements.